All right, well, here we are. I tried to set up some live stream. Didn't quite work yet, but we're just going to go ahead and get into some commentating here. So we are at 10-7, Stokes and Chandler over Creech and Solly. Good return by Creech, getting Solly the set to put it away. Great serve by Stokes. Creech able to pick it up and move just a wee bit here, try and get a little more centered up. And there we go. All right, well, I hope everyone has had a wonderful winter break. Still winter, I guess, but we are getting ready for the official season. We are officially a month away from our first tournament down in St. George. Stokes gets that one with his left, a nice little touch shot. Creech dives for it, was headed towards Solly. And we're gonna redo that one. That was a great dive by Creech to pick up that little Stokes poke there. Gives another jammer to Stokes, and Chandler takes the odd on two and surprises Creech. So we are at 11-8 now. Chandler with a big step out wide. I got it in, and it's not bad for being way out here. We go second serve. So few things to try and keep everyone updated on what's going on here in Utah. So we've been able to play here. This is the RSL indoor facility in Harriman, Utah, where Real Salt Lake, their training center, and we've lucked out to arrange a few hours each week to play a solid double faults. So we got 12-9, if my count is correct. And it is. Goes with the cut, gets Creech, but gets a little bit solid, trying to rescue set, but too far back for Creech to finish. So we've been playing here. We've had a couple tournaments over the winter. We did a Turkey Bowl. I believe that video actually went up for the finals, where me and Stokes, who is serving, goes with the reverse, or not the reverse, the flango. Gets back lip apparently. But me and him took the upset at the Turkey Bowl, kept going. We did a King of the Hill style tournament, so you win, you go up a court, you lose, you go down. We just kept losing court one, winning court two, so just kept going between the two. Ended up on court one for the last game, and it was the one game we needed to win, and we did. We beat Church and Chandler, so definitely the highlight for me. All right, so we are 14-10. Chandler with the cut there and gets Creech. Chandler's been working hard, has always just had a lot of power to it. He's been taking an extra step out. He's getting just a lot of angle, and he throws in, looks like he went for the jam there. But when he gets that cut angle, man, it is deadly. He is looking to, there's a sick drop. Chandler's just been working hard. He's got a goal to make it pro this year. Just got to solidify a solid teammate. I think he's looking to hit up Jackson Stanek, I think. And there he gets Creech with the jam. So hopefully we can showcase some serves by Chan here and get him some rep. Much deserved. And gets Solly with a step back cut. He's going on a little streak here, showing off for the camera. Oh, tries to get the lefty. Full showcase. A little backstory on Chandler. So he just got back from his LDS mission in when I first started Utah Roundnet. So it would have been the summer of 2018. Ended up playing with us at the first league we did. Just playing every week. That winter was playing down with all the best guys down in Provo every week, multiple times a week. And this past year ended up moving out of his parents' place just straight into Provo to live around all these other guys, and just been putting in a ton of work. And got Premier with Solomon. Solomon's one serving right now. Got Premier with him in would have been one of the Carolinas, Charleston. So qualified there. Played pretty well in Utah. And I believe got into the quarterfinals. Oh, that is just a nasty Fuego cut by Stokes that he's been working on. That thing stays so low. I think a lot of these, you know, our guys from Utah don't get seen a lot because it's a little far to travel. You know, you get in the east and southeast, and they got all these tournaments that people just kind of traveling to, all the top players, so they all see each other. And people don't see what's happening here in Utah. You know, obviously Stokes and Church making a big run this last half of the year, well, the whole year, but especially the last half, where they actually started playing together officially. Starting in Seattle. Never took worse than T5, and then ended up with a few podiums in their belts, so including nationals, taking 5th. So didn't get a lot of matchups against Trippy. The only time they did was I believe again Charleston. Ended up facing him in the finals, but Trippy had an injury, so they weren't able to fully finish that match. A lot of asterisks, a lot of people hold why they put Trippy ahead of Spikers, but I think that is definitely, I think just a lot of lack of exposure. 21-13 as Chandler and Stokes go on some serving sprees there at the end. So anyway, we're gonna try to get another game started here, and then I will continue. Okay, all right, so we're back now. Obviously, everyone watching won't notice the difference after I merge all the videos. So we got Stokes and Chan taking on the high school favorites here in Utah. Tim Arauzo, Caleb Jarrett. Caleb receiving, Stokes is cut there. Good clean set, but not a hard finish. Kind of whiffed on the finish. Stokes getting that over Tim. So anyway, to continue on with kind of where Utah Roundnet is right now, some of our guys. So Stokes and Church, this year their big goals, Belgium. Oh, is that clean? I think the hit the rim, but good dive by Tim to dig that up. So they'll be at Spikers Synonymous will be at every World's qualifying tournament. Hoping to get to Belgium. They've been doing a lot less mashups. Obviously right now not a good example, but overall a lot less mashups than they normally do. Just focusing, playing with each other. Another cut. Ooh, Tim gets in there. Great serve receive by Caleb, allowing Tim to get that onto, just barely getting it to get over the net. Caleb lefty. So yeah, we got some big goals. The Spikers wanting to get to Belgium. Chandler hoping to make a pro tournament this year, and then just a lot of top tier advanced guys hoping to hit Premier. I think we've got, oh my goodness, Chandler, as he gets Tim with that cut. It doesn't just cut, that thing is fast. It's gonna do against the lefty. He gets to Caleb's offhand, which is his righty. Able to pull that one out. See if he can get another acing spree. Fakes the left. Ooh, actually well done on Tim to get back in place for that after the fake. Step back. Now drop, not Chandler's best. Gets, oh, nice play. Chandler taking the body off the stomach, and Stokes diving in for that push shot. Just beautiful. Might notice everyone wearing these fun Perfect Man shirts. The Perfect Man himself is right there. Creech, also known as Isaiah Balter. He always just the nicest guy, willing ball boy at every tournament and pickup. And I'll surprised him today with these awesome shirts to celebrate him. January 15th will always be known as Creech Day for Utah Roundnet. First day we have dedicated to anyone so far. All right, so 2-7 Easy pickup by Stokes there off of Tim's, I believe, a little bit of a cut there. So let's get to some backstory on Tim and Caleb. They are Team Swervin'. You can find them also on Instagram. Swervin' Spikeball, I believe, is what the account, or some abbreviation of that. Might have an underscore in there. So these guys are coming out of Taylorsville. State championships last year, they were pretty new. They had some other T-ville guys that were studs. Ended up being the top of that. They had some team classmates taking second place and third place. They took the school-wide championship, but lost the individual team to a team from Lone Peak. Anyway, as soon as all those other seniors graduated, Tim and Caleb quickly took over and have been a force to be reckoned with. Taken the youth division at our tour stop last year, and then when we held the first high school regionals, see if we can get this back on, can't get that lefty through. We had the high school west regionals here, and they took first place in that. Have not lost any high school tournaments since. We've had a couple other little friendly tournaments, so definitely the favorites to keep going this year. They are dedicated. They play with the top teams every week. Some days they get creamed, some days they put up a fight, but never back down from playing against the best. So let's try to get back in this game. Tim goes a little fake and almost gets Chandler. Chandler gets back in time, but serve receive a little off. Stokes tries to save him, can't quite get it back. Caleb score 5-10. Tim gets a one break point there, and see if they can get a couple more to keep this game close. Fakes that, goes left, and Stokes is not going to play that. And unfortunately gets the double fault. He's going to have to face Stokes' serve now. Leans out. Oh, gotcha, Stokes. (11-5) clips front rim. And big side out. Swervin' needed to not let Stokes get on a swing. Caleb for that lefty. Caleb has a mean lefty cut. Obviously, being his favorite hand, it helps with that, and obviously has an advantage going into any tournament, especially against high schoolers. Chandler there, great lefty receive though, putting that right up for Stokes for an easy set and finish. The one thing about Caleb is he actually has a decent righty as well. So it's not just all on his lefty. He can fake that righty. If you don't bite, he'll put it at you. So you gotta respect it when he pulls up, but big lefty. Chandler with the drop, another not great one. Ooh, picked it up, but Caleb did not hit it. Nice hit by Caleb on the ground. All right, so we got 7-12. Thank you, Caleb. Ooh, good serve, good almost defensive touch. But Stokes and Chandler's consistency paying off there. The big difference between pretty much every level is just consistency. Get to Stokes was on the cut, move quite as much. Tim with the poke. Stokes picking it up and finishing it away. So the big thing you see in kind of moving up from all the divisions, you know, intermediate, you have clearly just a lot of variance there. But once someone wins intermediate, moves up to advanced, they're just going up against serves they've never faced before. They've never faced a cut serve, probably never faced a good drop. And so it just takes, there's Caleb's left, Lefty cut, but he finds the back lip. So it just doesn't, it is the perfect man. So it just takes some experience whenever anyone graduates from intermediate to move up and just be able to face the serves that they're going to face in advance. Always end up with a painful introduction and get just aced and sometimes destroyed by some of the top teams, especially the top teams. But it just takes a little bit of perseverance to drive through, learn to receive better, learn to finish better. We had one team, Romanian Tide. It was just my favorite example of this last year. They graduated. Oh, now there's the good drop channel I've been trying to find. So Romanian Tide, they graduated earlier this year, I think in April, and ended up 17-8 score. Ended up, getting hammered in advance. So they finished the year at some of our tournaments taking fifth in advance, and it wasn't a light tournament. Everyone showed up, and so they did well. Our final tournament down in St. George, we ended up having more advanced team than ever because all the intermediate teams that had graduated actually showed up. So it made it really nice that, there might be a couple teams that are going to destroy everyone, but for the most part, there's a lot more quality in the advanced division when those, maybe lesser advanced teams still show up, makes so everyone can still have fun, have some quality games, and still gain that experience. So any intermediate players or lower advanced players watching, just please don't give up. Keep going hard, play against the best, and you'll get there. Again, Chandler had only been playing, he'd been playing less than a year when he had qualified for Premier. So you're not scared, you're not too scared to put in the work and to face the people. You can definitely get there. Oh, and there is Stokes going to the lad for that cut. Taking a clean ace past Tim. 19-10. Stokes is going to want to finish this out. Caleb gets a touch. Should be an easy defensive touch by Chandler, and a finish. Tim almost getting the body there, but hard finish there. Just trying to get a lucky touch to throw it up in the air. 20-10 game point. Like I say, Tim and Caleb, never afraid to take a whomping by a higher level team. They just want to learn. There we go, Tim and Caleb keeping it alive. To 11, see if they'll push it one more time, see if Caleb's lefty can get past Chandler this time. Chandler's been pretty solid. Caleb's got to put it on the net for us to finish this game on a positive note, and does the opposite of that. So 21-11, Stokes and Chan taking down Swervin, and we'll grab another game. Okay, and we are into our next game. Fan is turned off, so I can actually sit and be a couple feet away from this camera and hopefully still pick it up. So now Chandler and Stokes are sticking together, taking their challengers, as Solid picks up his left foot on that swing out.
I did not, I promise you.
We'll look at the replay.
I touched the ball.
We'll see it, we'll see it. All right. Going against the perfect man, Creech himself in the green. Getting that backhand finish. Good set by Stokes. Keeping that nice and low, not giving the defense a lot of time to get in position for Chandler's finish. So Solomon Berry here in the left, curly hair, taking the serve receive from Chandler. Ooh, that thing was coming off like a rocket. Solomon got lucky. Goes with the jam. Solomon actually decent return with his left and able to split through Stokes and Chandler. You might notice if you look closely, another piece of special Utah Roundnet swag I handed out today that Stokes is wearing, our Utah Roundnet Elite swag. Him and Church wearing that here today. Funny enough, Chandler's brother Tate, who is serving a mission currently, also took the 5th place in the elite standings from last year, and Gucci Swag Ball, the other 2 to finish out the top 5 who qualify for elite. They are not here today. So brought out some of those elite t-shirts along with the Perfect Man t-shirts. Lots of fun to celebrate. Great defensive touch by Stokes and Chan. Able to get that back. I got a couple balls I can throw in as well.
Is there anybody up next here?
I don't know. I'm not in charge. Hell I am, but I don't boss people around unless I really want to. Stokes going with that backhand. One thing I'm waiting for is, Stokes' drops are killer. Played pickup last week and he pretty much told us that he was going to drop us all game, and got about 6 or 7 aces in because we didn't really believe him, and he still got 6 or 7 drop aces on us in all different variations. So that's a deadly repertoire of serves. Definitely underestimated. I'm really excited for him in Church. Can't imagine many guys, even at the pro and elite level, put in as much work as those 2 have. You can see Church actually there in the background, but ball coming in. So Church in the very background there in the hat, that back net, coaching a couple people in blue. One thing I love about our top players is they help the other guys get better. Church obviously taking a break from playing. Great body by Creech. Solly not ready on his toes to get to it. But Church, willing to sacrifice a few games playing with Stokes to help some other people as well. I think I started to get to earlier, Stokes puts a jam on Solly, about how we've got a ton of top-level advanced players, and the reason being is these guys help teach each other. It's not just the premier guys playing with each other. We actually had a little bit of that before last season, kind of last winter, when we first started Utah Roundnet. Kind of some of these pickups ended up being a little clicky. This year, it's just been a lot of fun as people mix it up, willing to learn. So it's maybe trying to put a little too much on that one. We are at 4-8 now. Solly switches it up, goes lefty stance, does have a lefty. Got it. Church, I'm not afraid to dive. Goes with the drop, Stokes there. There's the backhand Stokes poke. So beautiful. So we'll see how many people we can get to qualify this year. It's one thing to get top 8, top 5 in advance, but breaking those semifinals, as anyone who has, is not an easy task. So many people across the country at that level, and you've got to be firing on all cylinders to make it through. So we'll see what we can do. Creech, one of those guys here that we are hoping to get premier this year. Let's see how many people we've got around here. So Creech is going to be 1. Spencer Brinton's over there. Tim and Caleb, who was here last game. Myself. My goal. So that's all that are here tonight. But all guys that at the right tournament, playing the right way. could all make it happen. So Stokes, deadly. 11-6. Goes with the drop again. Sully able to get that one. Can't get up, and Creech takes it on 2. Smart decision. So this year we've got 35 tournaments planned here in Utah. We've got our tour series of 8, plus the 9th being the tour stop. Then we have 8 regular season high school tournaments, plus state championships, plus high school nationals that will be here in Utah. On top of all that, we have, I don't even know how many friendlies, whatever it takes to get to 35. And I've got a couple more meetings this week and next week with some more cities to get on the lift. Definitely a toe drag there by Solly. I'm giving him crap about that. He's got to clean that up so he doesn't get called for it. Good jam, but good receive, and Stokes lines that up. Just him and Church, their footwork on their finishes is absolutely superb. Reading the defense, and it is a difficult task to get a defensive touch on them. So as long as they can Creech, good read on that. Solomon didn't have a chance. Oh my goodness. So,
13-7.
oh. Picking that up and just tapping that thing over the rim. So it's finishes like that, but just by Stokes and Church. Not easy to get that defensive touch, so just got to make sure they stay good on a serving game, and they're pretty consistent. Obviously, it's a whole different level once you get into that elite and into the semifinals of the any Premier Division tournament. But we'll see what we can get out of them. 8-13. Creech serving to Stokes, gets that inside angle. Chandler not able to get there fast enough to get that set up. Good serve by Creech. Creech, similar to me, where gets that angle, usually doesn't get a lot of cut, but every once in a while that cut shows up and then just surprises you. So both of us trying to be more consistent on just being able to get the cut every time we want it. We also both working on our finishes and getting lower. And Creech a lot of similar skill level, similar struggles. Me and him actually played in a couple of tournaments together last year. Played in San Diego, ended up taking a T9. In Seattle, also took another T9. Lost to Chandler and Kevin Bailey out of Michigan, up in Seattle. Ooh. 15-10. Chandler going to Creechy, and good service by Creech. That was a great serve. Hard and a little bit of cut.
So instead of bodying it, because then I'll come forward. Especially, I mean, if it's coming right to the net, then body so soften it like that, especially right.
Stokes giving Chan a little defensive strategy. Staying back. What he's saying is when that ball is off the net and you know what direction that's coming from, back off, give yourself some time to get a controlled touch with your hands. When you know that direction, you know where to go. And so try to get a controlled touch. You don't have to be lucky and just try and go for a body and pop it up. Stokes is actually really good at reading that, and he runs back from about 10 feet back, and he can just pull up a touch. We've got the Eliza Martinson here joining us. One of the most consistent female ballers we've got here in Utah. Shows up every week. Creech gonna play this fault. Good choice. Good finish by Creech, actually. Just kind of sweeping the legs out. Try and get that angle to keep that away from Stokes. Stokes gets that defensive touch. It's usually controlled and it's gonna be playable. Like tonight we ended up with a total of 7 total nets playing. Probably make an announcement here for people to make sure and pay me before they take off. We should do that, shouldn't we? At Utah Roundnet. Oh, I think Justin got you already. I think he paid 12, I saw. You just pay me every Tuesday, like 5 days after. Like, oh yeah, we got Spikeball this Thursday. Oh, I should pay for last Thursday. Is that right? Yeah, he got you both.
But I'm like very consistent though.
You are. I mean, I don't doubt you're gonna pay me.
Okay, great.
Oh wow. All right, should be closing up on this game. Let's see if I can hear a score. 19-13. Nice service on. There you go. That's what Stokes is talking about. Coaching Chandler to stay way back on that.
I was trying to get around you.
Chandler getting it right about the red line. Great job reading that defensive touch, staying back, giving himself some time to control that. Get back to finish, and we're at .3. Oh, they got him. Ooh. Only went with the jam and not the cut. Oh, Stokes can't throw that one on. Solomon and Creech survive another point. 14-20. Solomon has a great jam. And that's worth 2. They win 22-14. We're finishing it out with the Megs. Okay, we got perhaps our final game of the evening. Let's see, we got, yeah, probably gonna end up being final game. Yeah, Eliza's here commentating. She's doing color. I'm doing play-by-play.
Nice.
So we've got.
I can do sideline interviews for water.
That'd be great. That'd be great. Except we have Church, who doesn't need any water or anything ever, because he doesn't actually act like a human. His body is a robot. So we are playing Stokes and Chandler against Church and Spencer Brinton. Spencer, another one of the guys I mentioned earlier. I'm gonna tilt this up a little bit. Who is could potentially, with a little bit of work, make that premiere. He's also kind of mentioned that he's maybe taking some time off, being a soft retiree. Ooh. Chandler unhappy, missing that finish. Not one that he usually misses. But Spencer here tonight. He's been here a couple times recently, so we'll see how much he actually retires this year. Actually from Idaho, freshman at BYU right now. BYU, if they traveled and played as a college team, they would be a force to be reckoned with. They would have, well, I guess this past year, a couple of guys just graduated. I think Spencer Schmidt just graduated, but if everyone played, you'd have Spencer Schmidt, Connor Winters, Solomon Berry, Spencer Brinton here, and Ben Ivins, who's another, he took third in Utah, the Utah Tour stop, and 5th with me at West Regionals in Santa Monica. Woo! So he's got a good record. His former partner sitting next to me, Daniel Lindeen. No, not Lindeen. Daniel Fairborn. There we go.
Don't worry about him though.
Shout out to Daniel Lindeen down in Arizona. Been working with him on our Phoenix tournament that we're doing over MLB spring training in Church with a power backhand. And coming right here to Daniel, and still can't hold on to it. 4-3. Brenton serving to Chandler. Brenton doesn't have a whole lot of movement, but he does have a quick serve. Puts a nice low jam on Chan, who handles it just fine. Gets it out of Spencer's reach. Played with Spencer a little bit earlier tonight. And once he got warmed up after the first game, after that, he went on some acing sprees. So
He hasn't stopped.
hasn't stopped apparently.
Played 2 games with him. He took 10 minutes, 21-10.
Nice. Ooh, Chandler putting the jam right into Spencer's stomach. Oh, Chandler almost got that. Although Church probably was there. If you can see, I'm not sure at the camera angle. You can see, Church is so far back, but it is not easy to drop him. He reads that and he is quick. Excited now to finally be able to see Church. See if he can get some good serves, good plays in here. Rest of the night he's been teaching some lesser players, but a double fault here. Gives it back to his regular teammate Tyler Stokes. Brenton, seeing what we can do. Let's see if Spiker Synonymous can give us some showcase serves. And that one's going to get back lip. Stokes a couple times on that tonight has hit that back lip. Usually it's actually a lot more consistent than you would expect from a server that he hits so low with a flango. Easy serve return for Stokes, and just a nice light touch. Just all about the finesse. Stokes has always been known for the finesse shots. Really has mastered that. Not a lot of power to most of his shots. Church has a lot of power finishes, but has worked on a lot of the finesse shots as well. So Church has just a bag of tricks that he can pull from, whether it's serves or finishes. Just the master here in Utah. You see, that was a great serve by Chandler, and the flick by Church to just go away from both Chandler and Stokes. But that serve by Chandler, that was nasty. I had a lot of speed. Oh. And Stokes goes with maybe a misguided onto. Could have popped that up for Chandler. And ended up missing. 8-7 now. Church is. Ooh, Church gets his teammate to his lefty. This is what we came to see. Good serve receive on. Oh, Spencer was there. Just needed to get that going towards Church. One thing you might not know about Church is he records his record of every game he plays. That was a great finish by Spencer, getting real low and just flicking that wrist to keep it low to the ground. So Church keeps records of every games he plays each night. Oh, what a tweener finish by Stokes. Getting, rescuing the serve receive from the great jam by Spencer Brenton. Oh, so you could see how far back Church was, but I still don't know. That would have had to be an amazing drop to get him with how fast he pushed off to get to that net. That drop wasn't as great, popped up more than Chandler wished, and Church easily gets to it. So even a good drop, Church is always having a chance at it. Just the knee pads. 11-9. 11-9. Church going to Chandler.
Nope. Sorry. Thanks. What a hands. The commentator, Joe Sanford. It's just, you know, quick reflexes.
Always my favorite part of commentating is first hit comes in and I can get a good set for him. My favorite one is a video San Diego last year. I was doing it for the advanced finals. We had Gucci going against Ben Hamilton and his buddy from California, and ball comes into me, and first bad touch comes back, and I set it right over the net and played on as a joke. Good defensive touch by Chan, and the backhand push. Stokes' defensive coaching to Chandler paying off as he gets another one running away from the net, getting that defensive touch. Ooh. I'm shocked that that drop bounced up as high as it did on Stokes. I think had a lot of backspin, thought it hit just right. Must have gotten just in front of that front pocket and not staying low enough. Spencer, see if he can just put on his laser of the jam. Church trying to coach him up, get him psyched. And he gets it. I think Spencer, even on his second serve, has a tendency of lightening up a little bit, but still gets to Chandler's left hand. Even though Spencer doesn't have a lot of a cut, he does work the angles of the net, putting it to your right and left hand. Stokes handling that lefty just fine, but a great set by Chan. Allows for an easy finish by Stokes to split. Church and Spencer. As we round up some balls. Hey Church, come show off that elite shirt we got. I mentioned it earlier.
I made it, baby, double elite.
There we go, double elite. Only one of 2 people to ever do the feat.
It's unheard of.
What place do you? Where'd you end up on points this year? In elite, what? No idea. Just know we made elite. Ended up finishing 6th in the power rankings. Behind Trippy again. I think just not a lot of chance they had to really match up with them. Trippy puts out a lot of highlight videos, something that they're actually working on. If you follow Stokes, you will know that his Instagram is non-existent until probably just after Nationals, where he started posting some stuff. So 14-12, and Church gets that back lip. Alright, Stokes trying to get this. This is where he needs, going up against Spencer, and he gets the job done. Little break they needed, getting that good matchup for him. See if he can generate a bad touch. Gets the backhand. That one came off a little slower than he wanted, but Church, the unusual miss on the Church patching the dive over the net. Set a little further off the net, I think, than he wanted. Kind of had to scoop it a little bit more. Normally he's got a Stokes set to him. Oh my goodness, Stokes. Usually if Stokes is set in Church, it's going to be right over the net, and then he can just hit it, you know, right over the net. Doesn't have to worry about any rim. Stokes lucky that one missed. That was going to pop up. If it did, keeps that low. Easy handle for Church. Good set by Spencer. Keeping that just inside that rim, giving Church enough angle to work with. Split Stokes and Chandler. Spencer's been able to produce a couple of aces. Let's see if he can do it. Been able to do it going to Chandler's left, and that time he does it going to his right. And just comes off low and hard. Not a lot of movement to it, but works the angles and has the quickness to make it happen. Back to 6s, got it tied up. Stokes and Chan with the mini break and keeping a hold of that. 17-16 now. Chandler serving to his father. Goes with the drop. Church way back here, but moving. Getting, as soon as he noticed it, went, darted for that net. Oh, and a great finish by Chandler. Spencer set just a little bit off the net for Church. And Stokes and Chandler able to get that defensive touch. And Chandler with a good finish off the net. Able to get past Church as they generate that full break point. And Chandler taking advantage of the matchup against Spencer. 9-6. Church is going to be the next to serve. If they can get this back, Church just needs a good touch to make it an easy set for Spencer to make sure they ensure to get this side out to give Church a chance to serve his way back into this. 9-6, not totally over or double fault, and that will go to Church. 7-9. See if he can take advantage of the matchup. Chandler, the lesser of the Stokes Chandler matchup. Oh, that was a great spot by Chan, seeing Church go through the other way and just pushes at the last second. And see if Stokes can give us a nice, pretty ace. Finish this out with a view.
That was not the nice, pretty ace.
That wasn't the nice, pretty ace we wanted. 18 point. Spencer able to keep it alive. Should be, ooh, set a little off. Spencer actually with a decent push. Dodge, but him and Church both go in the same direction. And Stokes and Chan take this one 21-18.
What time is it? Absolutely pristine.
Better than that.
Well, now you start recording?
Yeah, now it started. Unfortunately, we missed that
Tell
one.
them what happened.
They got a point.
We got it. We got it.
It's probably a really good like touch by them.
Oh, nice. Oh, you guys need it for 8? One up. Huh?
Heck yeah. There's Sanford and Church with some great defense. I'm born to be a commentator. Here comes Sanford.
Good one.
Little high. Catches the back lip. Went dodge the ball. Shake.
Thanks.
Some of these are a little flat, so tell me if you don't like them. Splits the game.
Thanks.
Okay, fight through this.
Creech is getting there.
That ball's gone. Father Church. On the serve. Square jam. Puts it away.
Thanks, man.
Of course.
Oh, thank you.
Little fling. Little split. Chipper. Ooh, gets pegged by his brother. Goes for the threat. Death threat. Extreme. Here comes Sanford. Gingy on the serve. His hair matches his cleats. Except for the ball. There's no hole in his cleats. Here comes Chin. Set. Spike. Oh, almost bodies it right back on. Look at me, such a good ball boy. Oof. Triple. Jammer. Big. Set. Spike. Almost gets hand to play. A couple more inches forward. Stokes. Ooh, big drop. Woo! What a dirtbag play. Comes in for the body and goes soft. Sand. Hard backward. Oof. And then a whistle. Oof. Worse than Sergio Ramos. Shit. Sorry, too far for me. Sanford. It's a break. Goes for a drop. Not quite enough. A little more push. Hard foot ring.
Let's push you. I don't want to lie to my
Ring. Back in the pocket. Big serve. Big cut. Oh, something's out there. Nice jig. Ooh. He puts enough into it. Doesn't work. Bold strategy, Colin. Let's see how this thing plays out for him. That's what we call a rim job. Nice serve. Nice set. Oof, gets the angle. Not quite enough whistle from the old men. Here comes Chandler. Oh, a drop. Almost gets it, but look at those long arms. Like an orangutan getting to the ball. A beast in his natural habitat, really.
11s?
Yeah, man. 11's man. He goes to serve. Big swing. Chip a chip. Hi, hi. Second serve.
Nope. Back pocket.
Back pocket he goes. Assault. Fair call. Here comes Stokes. Ooh, goes for a drop. Can't quite get on the net. And big comes the voice. Open your eyes next time, laddie.
2-1 second.
Big cut. It's big. hear Sanford almost shanked it. He got just enough on it to get around the side. Here he comes. First serve. Can't quite get on the net. Grandma serves better than him. Just kidding. She died like a month ago.
Here we go. Up a few. Come on.
Here comes Chen.
13-12.
13-12. Close game. Oh, the effort was there. They couldn't quite get around the ball. You see, he's only 4 minutes to the lights tonight. Not much time. 14-12. Oh, and he gets the ace. Debatably high ground. Looks clean. Here he goes.
15-12.
15-12. With a little bit of a gap. That's the big. That's it. A well done finish. Probably could have switched on the rotation if they wanted double.
We got some. Let's keep it running. 13, 15.
Here comes Church. 2 points to make up. That's for lefty. Good play, yeah. Oh, that's brutal. You hate to see it. And the ball's back to Stokes. 60. See if Sanford did. He was ace to last time. He gets it. Good adjustment, lad. And a finish. Woo. Well done, laddie. The old man has some game left in him.
Right at your feet.
Tricky, tricky.
4-6.
Here comes her. Big swing. Calls it. Got a front name on that. Second serve. Oh, he's absolutely bamboozled at the net. I wonder what's happening there. Must have seen Stars and Stripes along with hydration. So did yeah. Aussie accent. Pretty good.
Oh yeah. I just hear say Stars and Stripes.
Yeah. So he's absolutely bamboozled at the net. Must have seen Stars and Stripes. Not hydrated enough. Here comes the set. Chandler with the finish. Big chipper. Couldn't quite get to that. He ran it down like a dingo, but couldn't quite get to the baby. I was born for this, dude.
Dude, no kidding. This is serious.
Should put him on nationals.
Honestly, so much more entertaining.
Here comes Chandler. Catch the front row. Old man Sanford on the other side. Middle high. Was that clean? One point. How the serve the deep lead. Oh, unfortunate. Don't want that person back. Stokes put it away with ease. Here he comes. Oh, what a body. The second time bamboozled at the net. It must be hydration. The handprints. Unlucky.
His dad's face in there.
That's awesome. Old man Sanford with the fake drop. I don't quite get it. I think it was a mental game. Got in his own head. Intensity. Got the high school behind us taking a peek. Must be a big moment. Ooh, nice box out, man. Easy drop.
Bobble. Only 1 minute left.
Hurry. It's 11:54. You'll be upset if this ends.
Will you give this
To Sanford there? Yeah, might end up in my pocket. Just kidding.
Make sure it gets through.
Thanks, guys. Yeah.
You got this. Front limit. Wobble. Second serve. Lands it. Set. Oh, unlucky. He runs straight into that. China to put it up. Is this game point?
Point 9.
Point 9. 9 or 9. See them. Little height.
Point 9 seconds.
lights are going tonight. That'd be sad. Like, just a second. I guess it's the timer. Shanks. Now we're going to over points. It's gonna turn out. It's 20. I think it's 21, 20. Big step out. As usual. Oh, we ran out of balls. How? We gotta burn through those. Quick, quick, quick. Appreciate the jester. Gets the dig. Well done. I'll explain it. He caught the ball there to save time. 21's tied up. Overtime. Golden goal. Win by 2. Here comes the second.
There we go.
Jams him up on that. Whew. That was a pretty radical death. Quick out there. Oh, close for the drop in the final. Switch his balls. Tricky, tricky. And here comes the kangaroo. I don't think that clicked. But hang on. Set. Oh, they did that. Here it comes. Oh, and he chips him just enough. What a finish. What a defensive play, first of all, though. Well done by both sides. Here comes old man. Can't quite land the first one. Better luck in the second one, maybe? Lands it. Oh. Clean up. Ball, ball, ball. Oh, shoot. What a fetch. They're ready. Alright. 23s, tied up. Light should have turned out by now, but we're getting some mercy. Gods is on the side. Can't be the Australian god. He's a mean one. Must be the American god. Helped us out. Oh, goes for the jam. Finds the left hand, and that's an ace. Unfortunate. They find the break point. Let's see if they can do it again. 24-23. Yep. Come on, let's go! Come on! GG.